For Stewards, Brad Lewis, we'll take a look at the 8 races here at Ascot today. And Brad, with the 2-year-olds over 1,000 metres, there can be trouble at times. So it was a pretty clean race today.
Yeah, it was, Adam. Not too many great issues there. Chin strap out of the barriers a little bit slowly, impeded at the 200 metres. Also just had to be angled outwards, then had a tendency to lay outwards. And no dust on me. Paul Harvey dropped his offside rein at about the 200 metre mark and reported his horse race greenly and lay outwards final stages.
In race number 2, Carry the Nation was well supported going into that over the 1,500 metres. A couple of issues throughout the run. I believe you questioned the rider.
Yeah, we did. We did interview Aaron Mitchell, and the horse was obviously held up until about the 150 metre mark there, Adam. So we put to Aaron Mitchell whether there was an opportunity for him to prove to the outside of the field, but he said this horse only has a short finishing sprint, so in no circumstances. He was following the favourite eventual winner, elected to go through the field, but had a runner to his outside, really couldn't get clear at all. And final stages, we're looking at Rebel Sun as to whether Clint Johnson Porter rode his horse out fully to the end of the race, and that'll be dealt with after the final race today.
In race number 3, Tonto was the favourite going into the 1,800 metre, was well supported as well. What did you find there?
Yeah, it looked to get to the outside of runners on straightening. It had a tendency to lay inwards there, Adam, so that made it difficult for William Pike, who was placed at some disadvantage in being able to ride Tonto out fully. Bayatorio dwelled at the start, lost about 3 lengths and impeded at the 250 metre mark.
Race number 4 was the listed Detonator Stakes over the 1,800 metres, and Cougar Knights was held up for a little bit down the straight.
It was until the 100 metre mark. Resets mate had to work a bit hard in racing wide.
Race number 5, we saw Let It Slip, of course, which won the Magic Millions at Pinjarra a couple of weeks ago. Had 0 luck throughout the run.
Absolutely no luck for Let It Slip today. Barrier 1, it got out of the gates awkwardly, then had a tendency to shift inward shortly after the start. That put it in behind runners, really couldn't get clear at all until probably near the 75 metre mark. The race was all over for Let It Slip, just no opportunity to improve and had to be steadied a couple of occasions in the straight. Dark Love held up until about the 150 metre mark, and Sporting Image was another also that didn't have a lot of luck, held up until about the 100.
In race number 6, we saw Socially Unique prove too strong in the end. Glenn Smith riding, I believe he got a suspension for this.
Yeah, Glenn Smith was suspended. Now this horse was held up, had to move out at about the 250 metre mark to get clear, but that caused interference to Discoville, and that was a 13-day suspension for Glenn Smith. So he'll take all his rides up until next Saturday, and he returns to riding on the 12th of March, so a 13-day suspension for Glenn Smith out of the 6th race.
In race number 7, Who Dat Singer had a very wide gate. The concern going into the race was how much work this horse would have to do to cross, and that seemed to be the problem in the end.
Yeah, it was, and it did tell on Who Dat Singer at the end. It tied over the final 200 metres. It betted out okay, Adam, but it looked like that early work took its toll.
And in race number 8, we just saw Mickey Two Toes with a very nice victory. I believe Paul Harvey had some questions to answer.
Yeah, we'll be dealing with that matter soon, but it appears that Paul Harvey may be over with his use of the whip, so we'll be dealing with Mr Harvey, and that'll be read in the Stewards report about half an hour's time.
Okay, so as we said, Glenn Smith suspended, but apart from that, a pretty good race day, not too many issues to report. Congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you, Adam.